small thing that happens may be very important. What I mean is, especially in our mind, something triggered and you move, you shake up, and then if you are not careful, you get into kind of multiplying. What if, what if, what if? And the brain starts to get so occupied in it to lose the balance. Earlier you pick up the change, much better you can figure out. After the fact, it is obvious, this what just said. That's why this beginner's mind always have a mind that is open to know what's going on. It's very important. So I start to talk about this, assuming that I'll know that I can conclude this video with this basic message. What triggered? The immediate thing that happened is that I do zazen meditation at 6 o'clock, and my watch, I have two of them. One is at 5:20 and the other 5:30 or so. So I have 30 minutes before I get ready. Lots of time. But this morning, for some reason, I didn't hear my stopwatch. One is next to me, next to the bed. The other one is at the desk. The other one is this one. It's by the, this is like a 20, 30 years old, still working. But the battery, because this is based upon the solar system, and this was useful, especially when I was working any place in the world. I don't have to worry about the battery go off. But the battery is not functioning well, so I have to have it nearby the light. So this is a little bit far away to listen to this alarm. The other one is next to my bed, and I didn't hear it. Yesterday I had almost 6 hours of walk, even in the rain. I know I was tired, but I felt good. I could manage it, maintaining calm and quiet mind throughout. The funny thing is that there was a moment people are talking about, this is a group of Zen meditators. So when we got to this picnic table target location, we sat and meditated, and then afterward there was some talk, and people start to share what's going on. Maybe 1 hour, I don't know. And throughout that 1 hour, I was just totally quiet. And then after we came back, we did another zazen, sitting meditation at the trailhead. Maybe 10 of us, 8 or 10 of us. And that was in the rain. I had you call poncho covered. Some people don't have it, but sitting on the pine needle, wet pine needle cushion. What experience. They're so determined. I sat with them. somewhere, because after that, then I think people start to talk a little bit, and I kept quiet again. So most of the time, until when start to stop talking, I was totally quiet. I stayed in my room, so to speak. I know I'm talking perhaps totally unnecessary thing, but from the other angle, this may be important. Otherwise, I won't do this kind of video. Like I said at the beginning, if you lose a little bit of the balance, your mind start to keep on going, rolling. And in this case, I just kept totally quiet. Afterward, I thought if I was asked, I can say something, but it's not necessary. But for some reason, that may have triggered this instance of me not getting up. I said, I thought in the last 2 months I'm in this Zen temple, I may have made 20, 25 mistakes. There's a rule, clean up the shelf, this and that. Some of the rules seem to be overwhelming because some get upset. It's tiny insect poo, it's just a tiny bit. And if I forget, or if I didn't see it, or even if I did it, but it may fall, after I finished, 3 hours, 10 hours after. This person was saying that you're doing this job, make sure that you clean up. When these things happen, I become totally quiet. Not to ignore that person, but maintain my calm and not to be bothered. But that's not be a right attitude to say not to be bothered. How can I say it differently? Yeah, beginner's mind. Maintain. Things happen. Don't fluctuate, lose the balance, but stay calm. And it may look odd from outside that this guy is so quiet. But what can you do? Like this hiking, I could hear them talking for that 2 occasions. And if I were asked do you have anything to say? I would have said nothing. Nothing to add. Not cynical to say what they said is nothing. I see much in it, but I didn't have much to connect to or expand on or talk about. So that may not look in the society as being a part of the group, but if that's what I believe, to not lose the balance, and for that I need to be calm and quiet, I want to be unseen, just being quiet. So that was yesterday, but still, this morning I forgot, or I didn't wake up, so I was late. And be on hold. I made one more mistake. There's a certain routine that you can only enter Zendo where they meditate. And once they're starting to do the skinhin, walking, that was the beginning of the kinhin when I got there. So my intuition is straight in, just open, get in and stay up at the end of the kinhin walk. But that was a mistake. So, because the rule is you stay out. And when they finish the skiing walk, and when there's skating, the wooden stick you hit noise. I forgot what they call that. Wood, I don't know, doesn't matter. So when you have that clicking noise, punching noise, and sit, that's when you get in. But I didn't do that. So later I got the message. I don't usually pick up the message when I'm busy, but I don't want to be bothered by those. But then I got the message that don't forget when you entered Zendo when you're late. So that was, if I had 25 mistakes in the last 2 months, that's an additional one. I just thought about it. The next day I had one. Maybe it's not 25, maybe it's 35. But I don't think so. There's a routine, protocol in the society, in the group, or call it Sangha, the group of people, to meditate, have Zen life. The protocol, habitual way, developed. And that's the assimilation process. So 2 months I was into it. 1 more month I will stay. But that 25 or 35, whatever the experience, focus on little thing. And at the beginning I said, little thing may be important. And from that point of view, it's important. From the typical conceptual view of what you do in your life, it may be minuscule thing to be too concerned about, those little things. But if you don't do the little thing, right, what happened to the big thing? Some movement of the mind. Oh, I can tell you that I bought the stock, huge chunk of money. I thought I was very careful, but I made a mistake. So the big one comes with not dealing with the small one. It's all related to what's in the mind. And for that, to have this video for myself is very important. If you are in the brain, it may not look important, but if you look at the whole scheme of things, I'm 77 years old, beginner's mind, always. So that's what I said to that message I got, that you have to be careful when you get in. And I said something like, beginner's mind, yes, always knew to deal with it. And this person said, yeah, what she said, yeah, I think she said something, yeah, she agreed totally. Yes, understood, starting over again, beginner's mind, Gassho, that's what I said. And after I noticed my spelling of Gassho was wrong, so I put Gassho in the correct spelling. And she said, love it, me too, always. life, living life. Let's make the most and have fun. Little mistake, okay. Hopefully we don't make big mistakes in life. Gassho. May all beings be happy.